Okay, so this is what deku looks like right now. Let me go back to the picture. Ugh, why do they keep clicking off every time I'm trying to zoom in? So this is what deku looks like right now. He's like all cut up, bruised, and all that he has left from his past is his hero book. And to clarify, this is but if Deku was kidnapped. Let's get into the video. Do I got any announcements? No, I don't think so. Oh, well, actually, this one, so far none of you have watched, well, only 10 of you, last time I checked, have watched What If Deku Had a Sword Quirk. I just wanted to tell you part 2 is out, and that's really it. Now let's get into the what if. Where I left off, I said they finally switched over to tape, and they left their daughter home alone with Deku, and that's exactly what Deku wanted. But I want to change that up just a little bit. Uh, they still leave Deku home alone with her, but the Deku doesn't start screaming help or nothing. The girl actually roams down there and like, because the girl didn't know Deku was kidnapped or even down there. So when the girl roams down there, she finds Deku, and she goes all the way downstairs, and she sees Deku just tied up like this, and like with cuts and bruises all over him. And she asks him, "Is he okay? And what is he doing down here?" And she pulls off the tape, and he says, "I'm not okay. You have to help me get out. Like, I need to get back to my mom." And this is when his quirk awakens. His quirk is going to be called emotion emotional scare no emotion scale. And basically when he's sad, I'm going to only give away two right now. When he's sad, he can use water manipulation, and he can use water manipulation and ice manipulation, and he can slightly put thoughts in people's head, making them want to do stuff. And he didn't know this. He didn't even know that his quirk awakened. But when he said you have to help me, the thought in the back of her head came. I have to help this kid. I need to. Like, what are my parents doing with this kid in our basement? Like, that just started to like ramble like on and on through her head. And like she wanted to help Deku, so Deku didn't even need to do that. Like, Deku didn't even know he was doing it. And then her mom came back into the house because she got her purse. So she quickly puts the tape back on Deku and like dips back upstairs. And she acts like everything is normal because she's like generally scared right now. So she acts like everything was normal. And the mom sees that she has some dirt on her pants. This is like the attic floor is like not finished. So like Deku was sleeping on floor, like dirt, and that little sheet that they gave him for his head, and that's it. And the mom's like, "Oh well, was you outside? You have dirt in your pants." And like, let's say that she's quick on her feet, so she's like, "Yeah. I was just outside playing in the garden." Let's just say they have like a small little flower garden outside. She just says, "Yeah. I was outside in the backyard just playing with the garden, and I heard somebody come inside, so I wanted to check it out." And the mom kind of realized that the daughter was lying. So, like, the mom says, "Oh, okay." And she walks back into the car and tells her husband, I think, she says, "I think, I'm not sure, but I think our daughter found the boy in the attic, I mean, the basement." And the husband's like, "Nah, no way. She's not smart enough to do that." Because they basically, like, bully her and abuse her and stuff like that. And um, the dad basically says, Nah, she's not smart enough to do that. She's way too stupid. Like, and she knows better to not go in the basement. We told her don't go in there too many times. So like, she's not gonna go down there. Like, come on now, stop worrying. You're worrying too much. And mom says, yeah. The mom says, yeah, you're right. She wouldn't. And then as soon as the girl hears him drive away, she runs back downstairs and tells Deku that she's going to help him, but she has to think of a plan to get him out safely. So, the first thing that she does is she steals a Actually, I'm going to give her a earth manipulation quirk where she can like manipulate stone and dirt and stuff like that. And basically, what she does is she tells Deku she's going to dig him a hole all the way to the city, but it's going to take her a little while because she can only work on it when her parents aren't home. And she tells him give her about 3 to 4 weeks, and she gets to work on that. And like she starts mapping out the city for Deku, telling him like what's changed in the city, what hasn't, because Deku's been there for 3 years, and stuff changes. So she's like, this is where this is at, this is where this is at, and Deku's like, Deku marks on the map where his old house is, and where Bakuyo's house is, and where his old school was, and the girl makes like a little triangle. It says if your mom moved, she probably moved like in the middle of like all three of those areas, like self-conscious, like without even like realizing. And Deku's like, okay, so now Deku has a map and a flashlight. This is all hidden in like his like little area. He has a map, a flashlight, and what else? What else does he need? Let's say a portable, a dead phone. Let's say that she has a half and half quake, electric and electric and earth, and she tells him she'll charge it as soon as it's time for you to leave, but she'll only charge it if he promises to call the police when he gets far enough to have them come save her. And he agrees to this, and let's say a week later he escapes, and I said he was 10, so he's only 13. He's 13 and he's walking around with clothes like this, looking exactly like this, and smelling pretty bad because he hasn't showered in like 3 years. So he's just walking around town, and he pulls out his map, and he goes to his school, and he's just walking around his school, and he's supposed to be in middle school, so he's walking around in a elementary, so like he's completely out of place. So when he gets like halfway to his classroom, the principal of the school says, "What are you doing here?" And he says, "This was my old school 3 years ago." And the principal was like, "What's your name?" And she says, "Azuka Midoriya." And she's like, "Azuka Midoriya, like the one that went missing." And he's like, "Yes," but like at the same time, he's kind of scared because she's getting this look in her eye, like, wait, how did you escape? Look in your eye, like. So basically, the principal is working with them. So he runs, like, as soon as he pieces two and two together, he runs. And then he goes to his house, and the principal was there camping out with the girl's parents. So he completely turned around from there and went to Bakuyo's mom's house. Aunt Kinsey, I don't remember his name. Katsumi, something like that. Basically, he goes to Bakuyo's mom's house, And when he walks up to Bakuyo's door, he knocks, and all Bakuyo, because let's say Bakuyo answers the door, and all Bakuyo sees is Deku with his notebook, which, let's say Bakuyo still exploded, and Bakuyo thinks that he made Deku run away. So when he sees a little green-haired boy with a singed notebook saying "future book for the for the future," he he completely just breaks down and hugs Deku, and Deku's like kind of shocked by this. He's like, uh, and like, let's say he hasn't spoken in three 3 months. Let's just say he hasn't spoken since last week when the girl let him out. So his voice is like very dry and timid. So he's like, he's like, Kachan. He says, Kachan, where's my mom? And he's like, Deku, this can't be you. And like, Bakuyo's like breaking down, and Deku starts getting sad, and this is where Deku actually realizes that his quirk activates when him when his and when his and Bakuyo's tears start floating in the air, like coming off their face and start floating in the air, and they say, like, because basically whatever Deku thinks in his head is what the water would do, and basically what he was thinking back that his head is like, where's my mom? Like, is she okay? And that's basically what the water spilled out, and it like literally like it was not dripping, like how do I explain it? It was like checking back and forth, like it wanted to fall, like something was barely holding it up, and it basically like Bakuyo sat there and like took a minute to read it because how much it was shaking. And he said, "Where's my mom?" And when he read it out loud, Deku completely lost focus. He's like, "Wait, how did you know I was thinking that?" And he's like, "Because there was water floating in the air and that said it." He's like, "Wait, I have a quirk? Water manipulation quirk, maybe?" And like Deku opens his notebook and says, as soon as Deku realized that he had a quirk, he basically completely forgot what just happened to him. Like he didn't forget. Like he's way too excited to care right now. He's like, "Wait, do you have a pencil?" So like he starts writing down possibilities that he can like do if it is a water based quirk and stuff like that, basically. And then Kitsumi comes home and says, "Wait, let's say Deku took a shower and he's like all cleaned up, and Bakugo gave him some of his clothes." So I didn't really find a picture for this. Let's see if I have a yeah. Let's say this is what Deku looks like right now. He's just in the living room meditating, and he doesn't even realize this is happening. But like he's like all happy right now. So Butterflies basically when he's happy he can control light, and he can control light and heal people. So when Kisumi comes home, all she sees is like white butterflies like flying around the whole house, and Bakugo running around the room, trying to tell Deku like stop. Deku's Deku's like, "Shh, I'm trying to meditate here." Yeah, like he's like Deku's like sitting there smiling, like, and Bakugo doesn't say Deku. He says Azuku out loud. He basically says, "Stop, Azuku! You're making butterflies all spread around the room, and they're like getting dirty." And he's like, "Wait, butterflies!" And that's when he opens his eyes, and they don't like completely disappear, but like they start slowly fading. So he only gets to see like a glimmer of them. When he gets better with using his quirk, he'll be able to see them. He'll be able to see one or two at a time. Because when he sees them, they get like let's say an enhancement, where their healing effect basically can almost bring somebody back from the dead. Almost. He can't bring nobody back from the dead. He can almost bring people back from the dead. So, when uh Kitsumi hears Bakugo say Azuku, she's like, "Wait, she's like, Azuku. Why did Bakugo say Azuku? So she runs into the living room, and she's like, Azuku, is that you? And he's like, yeah. And this is where Deku gets nervous again. And he says, yeah, and Kutsumi, and I'm going to have to leave this off here. This is What If Deku Was Kidnapped Part 2.